A bottle of Coca Cola is being opened every single second. It's sold in more countries than the United Nations has members. But it didn't start as a global icon. It started in a small backyard, in a brass kettle, mixed by hand. This is the evolution of Coca Cola. 1886, the backyard invention. In Atlanta, Georgia, a pharmacist named John Pemberton mixes a new syrup. He blends it with carbonated water and sells it as a tonic for the mind and body. It's served at a local pharmacy counter for just 5 cents a glass. Nobody yet knows they've just tasted the beginning of something enormous. 1886, the name in the script. Pemberton's bookkeeper, Frank Robinson, suggests a name, Coca Cola. He handwrites it in flowing cursive, believing the 2 C's will look striking in advertising. That handwriting becomes the most famous logo script in the world. 1888, Asa Candler takes control. A businessman named Asa Candler begins buying the rights to the formula. By 1891, he owns the company entirely for around $2,300. Candler isn't a chemist, he's a marketer. And that changes everything. 1894, the first bottles. A store owner in Mississippi begins bottling Coca-Cola for the first time. Until now, it was only sold at soda fountains, glass by glass. Suddenly, people can carry the drink home with them. 1899, the bottling rights deal. Candler sells the bottling rights for just $1 to 2 enterprising lawyers. It seems like a minor decision at the time. It will go on to build one of the largest bottling networks in history. 1915, the contour bottle. Competitors begin copying Coca-Cola's shape and packaging. The company holds a contest for a bottle no one could mistake for anything else. The result is the curved contour bottle, designed to be recognized even in the dark, even shattered on the ground. 1919, the Woodruff era begins. The Candler family sells the company to a group of investors for $25 million. Robert Woodruff soon takes control and becomes president. Under his leadership, Coca-Cola begins its true transformation into a global brand. 1920s, building an image. Coca-Cola invests heavily in advertising calendars, trays, and clocks. The goal isn't just to sell a drink, it's to sell a feeling of refreshment and happiness. The brand starts appearing everywhere, long before branding is even a common word. 1931, Santa Claus gets a makeover illustrator. Haddon Sundblom paints Santa Claus drinking a Coca-Cola in a magazine ad. His warm, jolly, red-suited version becomes the Santa the world recognizes today. A soft drink ad quietly helps shape a global holiday image. 1941, going to war. As World War II spreads, Woodruff makes a bold promise. Every man in uniform will get a bottle of Coca-Cola for 5 cents, wherever he is, whatever it costs the company. Bottling plants follow soldiers overseas, and so does the brand, into dozens of new countries. 1945, a global foothold. By the end of the war, Coca-Cola has built bottling plants across Europe, Asia, and North Africa. What started as a wartime promise leaves behind a permanent global network. The company that once served one city now quietly spans the world. 1955, new bottle sizes. For the first time, Coca-Cola introduces bottles in different sizes beyond the original. Families can now buy larger bottles to share at home. The drink shifts from an occasional treat to an everyday household staple. 1960, Fanta and diversification. Coca-Cola acquires the Fanta brand, expanding beyond a single flagship drink. It's the beginning of a strategy, not one product, but a growing portfolio. The company that sold one syrup now starts building an entire empire of flavors. 1963, Diet Cola arrives. Coca-Cola launches TAB, its first diet soft drink. It targets a growing wave of health and weight-conscious consumers. The idea of diet soda enters mainstream culture for the first time. 1982, Diet Coke launches. Coca-Cola releases Diet Coke, carrying the flagship name for the first time on a diet product. It quickly becomes one of the best-selling soft drinks in America. The brand proves it can stretch without breaking. 1985, New Coke. In a stunning move, Coca-Cola changes its 99-year-old formula. The backlash is immediate and massive. Customers demand the original back. Just 79 days later, the company reverses course and brings back Coca-Cola Classic. It becomes one of the most famous business mistakes and recoveries in history. 1990s, going truly. Global Coca-Cola expands aggressively into Eastern Europe, China, and beyond. Following the fall of the Iron Curtain, the red logo becomes visible in villages that had never seen a Western brand before. before. By the end of the decade, Coca Cola is sold in nearly every country on Earth. 2000s, health pressure and new categories rising, concerns about sugar and obesity begin to challenge the entire soda industry. Coca Cola responds by acquiring water, juice, and tea brands to diversify its portfolio. The company that built an empire on sugar now has to sell a lot more than sugar. 2009, Open Happiness. Coca-Cola launches a new global campaign built around a simple idea, happiness in a bottle. It becomes one of the most consistent brand messages the company has ever run. Decades after I'd like to buy the world a Coke, the emotional pitch barely changes, only the medium does. 2020's sustainability pressure. Coca-Cola faces growing criticism over plastic waste and environmental impact. The company begins investing in recycled packaging and reduced sugar formulas. An empire built on convenience now has to answer for its cost to the planet. 2020's digital and AI-driven marketing. Coca-Cola begins using artificial intelligence to help design ads and personalize campaigns. Data now shapes decisions once made purely on instinct and gut feeling. A 19th century tonic is being marketed with 21st century algorithms. 2030's projected, the next chapter. Future formulas may lean further into health-conscious ingredients and personalized nutrition. Packaging could become fully sustainable, biodegradable, or reusable by design. The brand that survived world wars, rival colas, and a formula disaster keeps finding ways to adapt. From a brass kettle in an Atlanta backyard to a bottle opened somewhere on Earth every single second. Coca-Cola didn't just sell a drink, it sold a feeling, a moment, a taste people still can't quite describe, only recognize. The next chapter of the world's most famous formula hasn't been written yet, but somewhere, right now, someone is already dreaming up what comes next. Subscribe, because when the next evolution happens, we'll be there to show you first.